that. So we are all on the same plane. Like I said, while the testimonials, while we were listening to the testimonials, a random thought crept into my mind. And that was what made me take this pose. And I was thinking, what was I thinking about? The chicken and the egg, which comes first? Okay. The chicken and the egg, which comes first? So I really don't know why that thought came to my mind, but I just found myself thinking about that. And I thought that I'm going to share it with you as well. Maybe some of us on the call, we actually do have the answer to that. That maybe it's the chicken, maybe it's the egg. And you probably know. I would like to hear from you anyways. We are going to be communicating today, and we are going to be doing that using the chat box. Now, welcome everyone to another masterclass session. We are going to be having fun. Of course, you might be wondering, what was that stats like? What was all of that? Why did you talk about chicken and egg? I apologize, but that's the way the session today is going to be going. Okay, we are going to have lots of fun talking about random things and seeing how we can actually make a switch into tech, how we can actually make the transition. So I can see Adenike says the egg. The egg actually came first. And Krista also says the egg. Okay, good to know that Krista and Adenike, they are currently on the same plane as I am. Today, there are two things that we are going to be doing. I always love to mention. If you've been in any one of my sessions before, you probably have an idea of what I'm about to mention. If you had me speak before, you probably have an idea of what I'm about to list. There are two key things we are going to get from today. Number one is we are going to understand which is right for you. Okay, we are going to understand which is right for you. If you want to be a data analyst, should you be a data analyst? If you want to be a business analyst, should you be a business analyst? Or if you want to be an agile project manager, should you be an agile project manager? That's number one. We are going to do that. Number two is that we are going to have fun. That is sure. We are going to have fun. I'm pretty sure, let's say around maybe 80%, 90%-ish of persons on the call right now, we are all adults. And when was the last time you had fun? You probably can't remember. And so this session, we are going to be having fun a whole lot. That's number two. And what's the third thing? The fact that you are here right now, your day just got a whole lot better. So at the end of the session today, you are going to be glad. You're going to look back at the last 2 hours and you're going to say, you know what? 2 hours well spent. Your day has been going fine. Your day has been going great. It's about to get a whole lot better. But for this to be the case, for all of those things I mentioned to be the case, for you and I to be on the same plane, for you and I to be able to share, let's say, to have like minds for the next 2 hours, there's something that is very important that we have to do. Now, one of those things is talking about the chicken and the egg, which we've done previously, but there's something else that is even more important. And what is that? We need to communicate. All right? We need to what? To communicate. This session right now is not about Aisha speaking. It's not a place where you come to listen. It's a place where you come to contribute. It's not a place where you come to, yeah, it's not a place where you come to look. Oh, I came to look at this guy's face. It's a whole lot more than that. It's where you get to share your views so we're able to see what is right for you. How would this be the case? There needs to be communication. How would this be the case? When I ask a question, there needs to be a response. How would this be the case? When I don't even ask a question, there needs to be a feedback. We need to communicate. This might not be possible due to the fact that everyone might not be able to speak. We don't want to have a rowdy session whereby you are unmuting, I am unmuting, and everyone is unmuting. So what is going to be our go-to our medium for communication? It's going to be the chat box. Okay, and I want us to test that out right now. If you know you're ready to go, if you know you're ready to have fun, and if you know you're ready to communicate and to have a great time, I want you to send "I'm ready" to the chat box. Send "I am ready" to the chat box. That was fast, Modupe. Modupe, did you read my mind? Did you know I was going to say "I am ready"? Because immediately I said I am ready already went into the chat box. How did that even work? Okay, so fantastic. So you can see I am ready, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready. Good to know. I can see even Wolverine. So we have Wolverine on the call. All right. So I think that's huge, huge Jackman. Okay. So I am ready. I am ready. Good to know that we are ready. So nice, nice that we are all on the same plane. So that means we are already of like minds at the moment. It's going to be a great one today. It's going to be a fantastic one. I'm smiling so much because I already know it's going to be great. I'm going to enjoy myself, and you, of course, you're going to enjoy yourself as well. But what really are we here for? Okay, what is the task for today? What's the first thing that we are going to take a look at? What is that? What is going to be that medium that our phone is going to come from? It's by us understanding which is right for you. Now, which is right for you is not talking about which is right for that person in Second Street. Which is right for you is not talking about which is right for your sibling or maybe someone else that is not on the call or for the general populace. No, which is right for you is talking about which is right for you, Adenike. Which is right for you is talking about which is right for you, Daniel. Which is right for you is talking about which is right for you, Joy and Joyce. And of course, which is right for you, Colade. We are going to see which path should you go to. Should you stick with being a data analyst or should you stick with being a business analyst? Should you go the route of being an agile project manager? And what do each and every one of these career paths even mean? Because I want to be a data analyst. I want to be a business analyst. But really, what does it mean to be a business analyst? And what does it mean to be a data analyst or an agile project manager? Are they just words? Or are there similar roles with just a bit of difference? We'd also take a look at that. But then we are going to break the session into different categories, or we are going to break the session into different sections. 3 sections. All right. We are going to understand what is the difference between a business analyst, an agile project manager, and a data analyst. And we are going to do this you taking a unique approach so you are able to tell which is right for you. And what is the unique approach that we are going to be taking? The unique approach that we will be taking is using a case study. So you get to see how you would actually function as a data analyst while you are working, and not just a fictitious data analyst or a data analyst in the mind, but actually a data analyst in reality. So you've gotten a job as a data analyst. What would you be doing? We'll take a look at what you'll be doing as a business analyst when you eventually do get that job as a business analyst. And of course, we would also take a look at what you'll be doing when you eventually get that job as an agile project manager. All right. All of these things are what we're going to do. So you get to pick which is right for you. Oh, I like this. I like this. And we are all going to be like little kids today. You know, your kid, yesterday when you went to purchase maybe ice cream. I love using ice cream a lot. Okay. So let's say you went to purchase, you went to buy ice cream for your kids yesterday and you were like, oh, which flavor do you want? And I said, oh, I want strawberry. Oh, no, I don't want strawberry. I want chocolate. Oh, no, I don't want chocolate. I want vanilla. And you're having a difficult time choosing. That is how you're going to be today. Everything is going to look so great that you become a little kid. Anyways, for the next 2 hours. Okay. So that's what we are going to do today. Okay. So we will see which is right for you. And then you get to pick the choice. You like this or you like that. And then we also take a look at what it would take for you to get a job and what you need to do to succeed in the path that you would choose for yourself. And of course, we take a look at the upcoming cohort that's going to begin on the 2nd of November. But who is Analytics? Because I understand that for some of us on the call, this is probably our first masterclass. We've probably never attended any session like this, and we're wondering, oh, what is this platform about? As I love to say, you were wondering who is Analytics or what is Analytics, which is Analytics, why is Analytics, how is Analytics? Okay, so Analytics is an ed tech company, and what we do is that we help Africans and people of the Black community to transition into tech. Okay, we help to help you guys transition into tech by lowering the tech barrier, because we took a look at the tech industry and we noticed that we really don't have as much Black persons, as much Africans as we would want to have. Of course, you have the Indians, you have the Asian community in general, but that's not the case when you take a look at Africans. When you take a look at all the jobs, what people like to term survivor jobs, oh, then you see a lot of Africans. But when it comes to premium tech skills, roles that you will be able to see you have a good career progression, that you are earning well, and that you have what people like to call and what everyone wants, good work-life balance. We got to see all of those things, and that is the reason why we started 10 Analytics. What 10 Analytics is all about, ensuring that you get that path that is right for you. And we currently have 8 different programs ranging from data analytics to business analysis, data engineering, cybersecurity, data science, financial analytics, HR analytics, and agile project management, and also agile project management to Scrum. And of course, coming soon, we're going to have the AI engineering. And we have facilitators across different organizations ranging from Apple to Microsoft and Sahara Group, so on and so forth. And that's 10 Analytics. That's our mission. Maybe even our vision, although I did not really mention that. But that is what we are looking to do. We want to help you make that switch into tech. But who am I? Who is I, to say? Who is this guy that has been speaking for a while now, that started the session with asking the chicken and the egg, which comes first? Who is this guy? All right. I'm Aisha. As I always love to say, I'm Aisha Sagbonlaho, as you can see from the name tag, okay, at the bottom left. And I'm the lead in charge of training operations here at Analytics. I have experience relating when it comes to data analytics, business analysis, Power Platform, and more recently, predictive AI engineering. Okay. And I've been able to work with organizations across the US, the UK, Canada, and just a couple of months ago with a company in Singapore. And I've been able to train over 1,500 professionals across 4 different continents. But that's just, the boring things about me. There's still some exciting things which probably we get to see much later. Maybe we would, maybe not. Some more exciting things and not those mundane things that are currently listed on your screen. These things are, mundane. There's even some more exciting things which probably you get to find out. If you stay till the end of the session anyways. Okay? But yeah, that's about me. Enough about the boring guy. Let's go into something more interesting. I would want to know, I love asking this question. And I decided that I'm going to ask this question again during the session. Although, disclaimer, I did not decide I was going to ask about chicken and egg. That just came in. Apologies about that. But I did decide that I wanted to understand, what do we like? What do we like? And remember, we talked about communication. This is going to be a test of our communication. And we are going to take the session from here and just power through. But first, there's something I need to speak on. I'm sure that we would all want access to the resources that you would get from the session. I'm sure that you would want access to the recordings. I'm sure that you would want access to the materials, the slides, and even some more fantastic things, which I'm going to mention during the session. For all of this to be the case, for you to be able to get access to all of these things, there's something that you need to do. There's something you need to do. Something very, very important. And what is that? You need to fill the attendance form. So my colleagues are going to be sending the attendance form to the chat box from time to time. So do well to click on the form and, just go ahead. It will take you 2 minutes, 2 minutes stops. 2 minutes stops. And, to fill in the form to ensure that you get the resources and that you have access to everything amazing that 10 Analytics has to offer. Okay, so it's very important that you click on that link right now and that you fill in the form. I might even be willing to wait a couple of minutes so you don't get to miss any of the important stuff I'm going to be dishing out. All right, but anyways, please ensure you fill in the form. Go ahead to click on that link and you're going to be amazing anyways. Okay, so please let's do that. That being said, back to the question I had. That being said, back to what we are going to be talking about. And what is that? Okay, so I can see some comments. So Lina says, I never received the resources for the last two sessions I attended though. So Lina, as long as you fill the attendance form, you should have received the resources. You can also check your spam. Okay, so you can check your spam, just check your email. You should have received it. If you can't find that, please just send a message to any of the admins in the communities and we would provide them to you. Okay, so Aderemi, the form is just at the top. Just click on the form and you should be able to fill it in. All right then. So first question, to test out our communication. I want you to tell me, if you were told to choose any career path, any of these, not any career path, any of these career paths in law enforcement, the three career paths I have on my screen, a police chief, a police dispatch operator, and the forensic investigator. Which of them would you choose? These are the only career paths available in the wide world. Like there's no, you can't do any other thing. You can't be a doctor, you can't be a data analyst, you can't be a project manager, you can't be any other thing. It's either you're a police chief, you're a police dispatch operator, or you're a forensic investigator. Which of them would you choose? Okay, so I can see responses coming in already. So we have a response from Adenike. Adenike says, I will be a police dispatch operator. Aderemi says, a forensic investigator. I need more responses. We all agreed on communication, right? This is just a couple of minutes into the call. Come on, guys. We need more inputs. Okay. So which of them would you choose? Would you rather be a police chief? Would you rather be a police dispatch operator? Or would you rather be a forensic investigator? I can see forensic investigators, police chief, police dispatch operator. So NI says is going to be a forensic investigator. That's a good one. And then we have Modupe. Modupe says, you know what? I think I want to be a police dispatch operator. And Ifeoluwa is also of like minds with Modupe. And Femi is like, you know what? I want to be the boss. I want to be the police chief. And we have some couple of other responses. A couple of other responses. A couple of other responses. Is that tautology now? We'll debate that later on. All right. But I can see forensic investigator, I can see police chief, I can see great. We all have something we choose. Some of us would rather be a police chief. For some of us, we are taking a look at the police dispatch operator part. For some of us, forensic investigator is what we are taking a look at. All of those things are great. But what would you be doing as a police chief? What would you be doing as a police dispatch operator? What would you be doing as a forensic investigator? We are going to see how all of these things will be tied to you determining which is right for you. Don't forget, what is the theme of the session today? Which is right for you? Which is right for you? Okay, so Dari, please, if you know you've not received the resources, check your spam, check your email, check your spam. If it's still not there, please reach out to us, okay? But for you to get the resources, you have to ensure you fill in the attendance form. Very important, okay? If you fill in the form and you don't get access to the resources, just send us a message, okay? And we would help you out. So what would you be doing as a police chief? Let's see. Okay, as a police chief, the first thing that you're going to be doing is that you are going to examine the overall operations of the police department. All right, you would examine the overall operations of the police department. Chief analyzes the efficiency of current practices and decide about best to allocate resources. So for those of us that we are taking a look at the part that, you know what, I want to be a police chief. What are we actually going to be doing? Your duty would be to ensure that the minimal resources available to the police department are well optimized to ensure that we have a reduction in crime. Ensuring that, oh, we need two police officers stationed at this district or at this point, just ensuring that the entire police department is able to achieve whatever it is they need to achieve. that you are taking the police department from where they are at the moment to where they ought to be. That's what you've been doing. But what about as a dispatch operator? What would you be doing? As a police dispatch operator, your duty will be to quickly gather information from calls and assign officers based on immediate needs. As a police dispatch operator, you would need to be highly flexible. As a police dispatch operator, you would need to be highly adaptable. As a police dispatch operator, you would need to be able to quickly think on your feet. You would need to be able to tell people that, oh, you know what, we need someone to work on this. Oh, you know what, we need someone to work on this. Oh, you know what, we need people to work on this. You would need to be very agile. As a forensic investigator, what would you be doing? As a forensic investigator, you would be examining the evidence as a crime scene. I'm sure we are all familiar with crimes with crime series that's talking about movies. So I wanted to send to the chat box. What was the last, or let's not say the last, what's your favorite police series or crime series? What's your favorite? Okay, what's your favorite? Maybe is it they're a couple, they're a couple. So we have Modupe. Modupe says the rookie. So me, I am Modupe. I think that's actually my favorite as well, Modupe. So that's great. Modupe, what season are you currently on? Are you on? I think they're currently on season 5, if I'm not mistaken. What season are you on, Modupe? Okay, so Wolverine is also the rookie. So what season are you on? Are you on season 4? Do you binge watch? Okay. Or you watch when you have the time? So Wolverine says, you just finished season 5. So Wolverine, you just finished season 5. I think they are still I don't think they are done with production. All right. So we are waiting for the next season. That's great. So we have Modupe and Wolverine, the rookie. Then we have Dami. Dami is more focused on NCIS. Is that crime scene investigation? I don't think I'm familiar with that, Dami. Okay, so Modupe has also finished season 5. That's great. What about the rest of us? Or we don't watch movies? Is that what we do? We don't watch movies, and I would actually believe we don't watch movies because adults, they tend not to have fun. You know, it's all about work, 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 and all of that. But anyways, so that's as a forensic investigator, we understand what they've been doing. You know, on those movies that we watch, we see that people come in and that they're like they come so is that really a movie? How to Get Away with What? Anyways, that's a very funny one, Samsung. Okay. So what do we see? What do forensic investigators do? They come to the scene and they take a look at evidence and like, oh, so I know what happened. The criminal was standing at this point, and the criminal went ahead to shoot they shot at an angle of 45 degrees, and the bullet curved and hit the person at this point, and that's the reason why the bullet is here. That's why the footprint is there. All of those things. Okay, so that is what you will be doing as a forensic investigator. Someone that will go into the crime scene, examine the physical evidence, and would use that to talk about what happened and how it happened. But how does all of this tie down to what we are here for? Or is it all just an icebreaker? Because I've heard about icebreakers, like, just putting an icebreaker here and there. And anytime I hear about icebreakers, I, cringe. No, this is not an icebreaker. This is not, no, this is not an icebreaker. We are going to see how this would influence your decision. But yeah, some of us, we chose data science. Sorry, why did I say data science? Anyways, apologies. Some of us, we chose police chief. Some of us, we chose police dispatch operator. And for some of us, we chose a forensic investigator. We come back to this. We'll come back to this. But who is a data analyst? Who is a business analyst? Who is who is an agile project manager? We are going to take a look at these things using a case study. A case study is what we are going to use that would influence our decision. We are going to use the case study to understand which is right for us. And what case study are we going to be taking a look at? Lopen. We are going to be using Lopen. Who is Lopen? Lopen is one company that I made up. Okay, so don't go searching for Lopen. Browsing out Lopen, what did they sell and all of that. So it's just a fictitious name. Except maybe there's a company actually called Lopen. Okay, then that would just be a coincidence. So Lopen is a mid-sales technology company, and they are involved in retails in the sales of items. Okay, they're doing well, they're doing great. But recently, they noticed something. Recently, they noticed that they've had a decline in sales. There's been a noticeable drop in their sales, in the renewals of their subscription-based products. Things are not going well. They need a turnaround. Because at the end of the day, if a company doesn't make money, the company closes down. And if the company closes down, the employees go home. So the company needs to make money. So they decide to make that turnaround to ensure that the stakeholders are satisfied, that everyone is satisfied, that the company is doing well. And how did they decide to make this known? How did they decide to fix up this issue? They decided to hire three different professionals. They hired the business analyst. They hired an agile project manager. And they hired a data analyst. How are these guys going to help solve the problem? It doesn't make sense. What's the relationship between a business analyst, agile project manager, and a data analyst in converting sales? Let's see. Just like the chicken and egg, which comes first? The chicken or the egg? First of all, we'll take a look at the data analyst, and we see how the data analyst will come in to solve Lopen's problem. That's a very good one, Clint. Okay, so Clint is of the opinion that the two professionals are going to what? They're going to work together and they're going to do something amazing. And we are going to take everything step by step. We would see, excuse me, we would see what the data analyst will do, what the business analyst will do, and what the agile project manager will do. And all of those things, we'll now see which is right for you. And like I said, you'll become like a child. You would want everything because they are all equally amazing. But moving on, who is a data analyst? The data analyst that is coming in, what are they going to do? Let's see. A data analyst, first of all, is someone. A data analyst is a professional that is responsible for two main things. Responsible for what we call descriptive analytics and diagnostic analytics. Talking about what happened and why did it happen. A data analyst is a professional that would analyze and interpret the company's data to generate insights and support data-driven decision-making. All right, a data analyst is a professional that would help the organization make decisions that would help them move to the next level. Gone are the days where decisions were made based on opinions. There's this quote I usually like to quote. There's this quote I usually like to quote. Okay, yeah. So there's this quote I love to quote, and what is the quote? So what does the quote say? That's yeah. So okay. All right. So the quote says, if we have data, all right, if we have data, let's look at data. If we have data, let's look at data. And if all we have are opinions, then let's go with mine. If we have data, let's look at data. And if all we have are opinions, then let's go with mine. So companies are no longer interested in making decisions based on opinions. No one cares what you think. People only care about what you think if there's data to back that up.
And so that's the reason why there has been an increased demand for data analysts, helping to tell an organization, oh, this is what is happening at the moment, or at the moment you are making this sale, these are the amounts, this is what our sales is like, these are what customers are buying, and this is why that is happening. But what is the data analyst going to do for Lopen? Because yeah, we've been able to understand what a data analyst actually do, but what would they be doing for Lopen? The data analyst is going to convert a data set. The data analyst will go ahead to speak with the data set. The data analyst would communicate with the data set. The data analyst understands the language of data. The data analyst is what is the interpreter that you would employ when you don't know how to. It's not interpreter, sorry, the translator that you would employ when you don't understand the language. So you don't understand data. Data is speaking to you, but you don't understand what data is saying. So what do you bring in that would help you tell you that, oh, this is what the data says, and this is what I think we should do? You bring in the data analyst. Because after all, you don't speak the language of data. The data analyst will convert all of this into something amazing. We convert this into what? Into a dashboard. And this dashboard would give insights to the business. Remember that Lopen were having issues with their sales. So what did the data analyst now do? The data analyst that they brought in, they employed three different professionals. They employed the data analyst, the business analyst, and the agile project manager. What did the data analyst do? The data analyst went ahead to analyze their data. And the data analyst understood something. They were able to notice why there has been a decrease in sales. That customers are complaining about late deliveries. Taking a look at all of this, we can see different charts, different charts and different visuals that are showing that, oh, you know what? We are actually not delivering on time. Customers are what's complaining. What is happening? The data analysis is doing two things here. What is happening? We are having low sales. Sales are not looking good. Last year, we made $10 million at the end of in profit at the end of the year. Or this year, we made just $5 million in profits. Things are not looking good. Why is it happening? That was a descriptive analytics. What is happening? We are not making good enough sales. Why is it happening? Customers are complaining of what? Late deliveries. Someone sent, I am ready to the chat box. Send I am ready to the chat box. I don't know why I am ready. Maybe we should have done God with something else, but I'm going to stick with I am ready because that was the first thing we used earlier. All right. So I wanted to send I am ready to the chat box if you're very, very much with me. So I can see I am ready from Modupe. Fantastic. I am ready from Lina. I am ready from Adenike, from Toby Loba, from Dami. Amos, what about you? Are you ready? All right. Chisa says, I am ready. Samsung says, I'm loving this already. Fantastic work, Samsung. I'm glad that you are. Remember, two things that we are going to get from the session. Number one, you are going to see which is right for you. Number one. Number two, you are going to be what? Having fun. And number three, the fact that you joined the session right now, your day just got a whole lot better. So the data analyst has come in and has helped to tell Lopen that, oh, you know what? This is what is happening. And this is why it is happening. The data analyst has done their job. So what is the recommendation of the data analyst? Let's find a way to reduce late delivery. And I'm sure that will boost sales. The data analyst has done his job. The data analyst has done the job. The data analyst is good to go. You know, they have done their bits. They'll be needed later on, but you know, they've started the project. What next? Next, we take a look at the business analyst. Who is a business analyst? A business analyst. Sorry. Before I move on, okay? Before I move on. If you know you've not filled the feedback form, not feedback, sorry. If you know you've not filled the attendance form, you want to ensure you do that. Okay, my colleague is sending the form to the chat box. Ensure you go ahead to click on that link and that you fill the form. Very important. Who is a business analyst? A business analyst. What's your favorite kind of ice cream? What's your favorite kind of ice cream? What kind of ice? What's your what's your favorite kind of ice cream? What ice cream do you love? Do you live? What's your best kind? Okay, gelato. Answer says gelato. What is that? Is that a flavor? What's gelato? I think that's the first time I can see word velvet. Crystal says vanilla. Chisel says red velvet. What about the rest of us? Oh, we don't take ice cream. All right, we don't take ice cream. When was the last time you took yourself out as an adult? Adults are always too serious. You don't do anything for yourself. It's only for kids. For kids, you have to walk. You have to, take care of the kids. You have to spend time with your spouse. You have no time to take care of yourself. When was the last time you had ice cream? All right, so I can see strawberry. I can see chocolate. I can see vanilla. I'm still wondering what's gelato. Probably I should try that. Okay. Oh, Clint says today. Clint had ice cream today. That's great, Clint. Okay, so Clint had ice cream today. Good to know that you're taking care of yourself, Clint. Okay, it's good. Once in a while, just unwind. Don't buy ice cream. Don't buy ice cream because you're buying ice cream for your kids. If you have kids, no, for yourself. For yourself. Okay, treat yourself. Okay. sorry sorry about that, everyone. Okay, so Clint says it's too much sugar. Yes, that's true. Okay, so whatever else, maybe if you don't like taking sugar, whatever you want to do, but just ensure you treat yourself to something. Okay, and of course the ice cream doesn't have to be like every time. And answer says gelato is Edia. It's Edia Italian ice cream. Oh, really? Maybe I should be looking forward to that now, by the way. Okay, thank you very much for that answer. Okay, so who is a business analyst? A business analyst is someone that would help transform an organization. A business analyst is a magician. You know your magicians, the guys that say abracadabra and that pull rabbits out of hats. That is a business analyst. A business analyst is a professional that would analyze the company's business processes, their systems, and the stakeholders, and would identify areas for improvement and solutions to business challenges. A business analyst is someone that would take a look at a company and would say, what do we want to achieve as this organization? What are we looking to do? Oh, we are looking to get to point B, and we are currently on point A. What do we need to do that will move us from point A to point B? How would I bridge that gap? A business analyst is someone that will take a look at a company's process. How are we doing things at the moment? How can we do things even more efficiently? A business analyst is someone that would understand what the stakeholders need. Oh, stakeholders want this. Stakeholders want that. And we go ahead to grade the stakeholder requirements using things such as your mod score to identify things that should be worked on and those that should be put on hold. A business analyst is the middleman between the technical stakeholder and the non-technical stakeholder. What will the business analyst be doing here? What will the business analyst be doing for Lopen? How would the business analyst come in to help Lopen make a switch, to help Lopen leave where they are at the moment to where they want to be, making good enough sales? The business analyst will take a look at the process. The data analyst noticed something. Okay, the data analyst noticed something, and what was that? The data analyst noticed that customers are complaining of what? Late deliveries. Customers are complaining of what? Late deliveries. So the business analyst needs to do something about that. Customers have been complaining about delayed deliveries and incorrect orders, which has led to what? To reduce sales over time. So what does the business analyst want to do? The business analyst takes a look at the current process. What are we doing at the moment? Why are we delivering? Why are sales? Why are our deliveries late? The business analyst takes a look at the current state. What is the current state? For a customer to go ahead to make an order, what do they need to do? They first of all need to make a call. They call the business. Oh, you know what? Hello, is this Lopen? Oh, yes, this is Lopen. Please, I need to purchase an item. I want to know if you still have the iPhone 16 Pro Max 2 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the latest version. Okay, I need to know if you still have that, and I need it delivered to me and all of that. So the customer goes ahead to make a call. And then what happens? The staff picks the call and says, "Oh, thank you very much. Oh, so yeah, that's what you want. Oh, thank you very much. I'm going to take a look at our records to know if we still have that product in stock." And so the staff then manually writes down the order. Also, this customer wants a phone, puts it down, and then goes ahead to scan through the notebook, that let's say an inventory, to check if the item is actually available. Or do we actually sell the item that this customer wants? And then if they are able to identify that, oh yes, we actually do sell the item, then they then print out an order receipt. That's an order details, like your invoice. This is what you're ordering. And they go to the store to check if the item is available. It's one thing for you to have an item, it's another thing for it to be available. Because you might be selling this item, but you've run out of stock. So they now go to the warehouse to check, do we still have this item? And then if they find the item, they pick up the item and they go ahead to prepare the shipping labels, talking about your name, your address, all of those things to stick on the product. And then they call a courier that will come along to pick up the item, and then the courier picks up the item and delivers it to you as a customer. That is the current state of things for Lopen. But that is not working, because customers are complaining of delayed deliveries. There's a problem. So what is the business analyst going to do? The business analyst is going to convert this current state into the future state. The business analyst is going to take a look at this and try to identify areas that they can be improvements. And they comes up with this. Okay, before we go into the current state, before we go into the future state, the current state currently takes 3 days for your item to be delivered. So if you go ahead to order from Lopen, your item will be delivered in 3 days' time. That's a lot, especially when you take a look at the current industry, where you have items delivered to you on the same day. You have companies that are breaking the logistics, side that are cracking logistics. Think Amazon. With Amazon, you can actually get your item delivered the same day. So what does the business analyst now do? So if Amazon can do this, how can we go ahead to implement the same? They go ahead to now take a look at the future state. What can we do to make the process easier? All right. So instead of having the customer call, why does the customer not order? So Clint says not in Nigeria. Okay, so you don't have items delivered to your time in Nigeria. All right then, that's good to note. So taking a look at the optimized state, what does the business analyst now say? The business analyst says, instead of having customers order by calling, so for a customer to go ahead to order an item, they have to call. Why don't we build a system that the customer can go ahead to order via the online route? They order online. Why don't we have that instead? And that if the customer then orders online, that this order management system would receive the order and then would automatically update the inventory. That means that the system knows if the item is available if it's not available, if you have items in stock, if you don't have items in stock, there's no need for someone to have to check if the item is available first of all, and then check to go to the store to check if the item is still on ground. No, the system will check or look at all of those things due to the automatic update of the inventory. And then the system would also what automatically generate the other details. And then also what auto generate the shipping labels. And then after doing all of this, would then give a signal to the staff to go ahead to pick up the item. And after picking up the item, while the staff is going to pick up the item, okay, because the system knows that the item is available. While the staff is going to pick up the item, the system auto schedules a pickup with couriers. That you know what, come over, please come and pick this item. We need you to deliver this to a customer. And so the customer comes in, picks up the items and drop it. The courier comes in, picks up the item and delivers it to the customer. This has cut off a lot of things that were not needed. And so with this, we are now taking a look at what? 5 hours. Previously, delivery took what? 3 days. But now delivery is taking 5 hours. So the business analyst takes a look at this process. All of these things will be done using tools such as your Lucid Chart, such as your Draw.io, your Microsoft Visio, to map out all of those processes. Okay, so the business analyst has been able to say, you know what, this is what we should do. All right, this is what we should do. They've taken a look at the current state, they've taken a look at the future state, and they've gone ahead to make changes. All right, they've spoken with stakeholders. There's a lot that we need to be done anyways. For this, it's not just, oh, you're just going to decide as a business analyst, you know what? Why don't we have a notes generated system? No, okay. So there's a lot that would have to be put into this for you to come up with these optimized future states. Okay, so the business analyst has been able to say, you know what, let's do this. And this would solve that issue of late delivery that was pointed out by the data analyst. But what next? Someone needs to build the system. The other management system is not just going to appear. Yeah, I know a business analyst is a magician, but you know, there are limits to the past. Okay, so what then will we need? We have the Agile project manager. Who is an Agile project manager? An Agile project manager is a servant leader. Keyword, servant leader. An Agile project manager is a leader, but an Agile project manager is a servant leader. It's not your dictionary definition of leader, whereby maybe in the team you have the team lead or the head. It's more of a leader, but there to serve everyone. But we get to see what it means anyways. So the Agile project manager is a servant leader that helps the team to work efficiently within an Agile framework. Many organizations today, they work with the Agile framework, the Agile mindset. Gone are the days where waterfall was the go-to. What is waterfall? Waterfall says that for you to do number 2, you need to have done number 1. I'm going to use an example that is easier for everyone to understand. Everyone washes clothes, except if you dry clean. So if you dry clean, yeah, you still wash your clothes, just that someone is doing it for you. Okay, and then what's the process for washing clothes? First of all, you place it on the washing machine, okay, and then you wash. Okay, you wash, and then when you are done washing, what's the next thing you do? You rinse. After rinsing, you then what? You spin. After spinning, you dry. For you to move to step 2, you have to pass through step 1. You cannot rinse without washing, and you cannot spin without rinsing. That is waterfall. For you to go over to number 2, you should have gone through what? Number 1. All right. For you to go ahead to carry out number 2, you need to have done what? Number 1. That is waterfall. That is what organizations did previously. That if they were going ahead to launch, let's say they want to create a new application, the entire application would need to have been completed before it is what? Before it is shipped out. But organizations no longer use that. Organizations now use what? The Agile framework. And what does Agile say? Agile says that you can wash, you can rinse, you can spin, and you can dry all at the same time. And that's when you go ahead to wash, rinse, spin, and dry at the same time, and you bring out the cloth. You see that it's not as clean as you would like. You have another iteration. You send it back to the washing machine. You do all of those things at the same time till you get what you're looking for. Unlike the waterfall, that's when you've finally dried your cloth or your clothes, and you see that, oh, it's not as clean as you would want. Then you have to start from step 1 all over again, whereby now you have to go ahead to wash again, you have to go ahead to rinse again, you have to go ahead to spin again, you have to go ahead to dry again, you have to go ahead to ensure that the kids are nowhere close to the washing machine again, that they are not closer to the, all of those things. Okay, so that is the difference. But one thing that flexibility of gives, maybe I'll say a repercussion of being flexible, is that there's a higher tendency that there might be chaos. The fact that you are washing, rinsing, drying, it's easier for something to go wrong. The fact that you have different parts of a project working together, that you don't have to wait to complete part 1 for you to work on part 2. It's very likely that you might have different professionals not working well together. So the developer is working on this, the business analyst says, oh, we should work on this, we should do this, the technical writer is doing something else. So you need someone that is going to man the entire team to ensure that everyone is doing what they should and that everyone's goal is tilted towards the goal of the organization and the goal of the project. You need someone to ensure that everyone actually goes ahead to deliver on what they need to deliver on. Someone to ensure that the project delivers value to the customer through continuous delivery, adaptation, and improvement. You go ahead to wash, you rinse, you dry, you spin. It's not good enough. You're adaptable. Or maybe now you need to add in more, soap or more detergents. That's what adaptation. And that's now you have you have another iteration and you send it out. So now that we understand what an Agile project manager does, what is the Agile project manager going to do for Lopen? Because we are working with a case study. We are not just here talking about, oh, this is Agile, this is business, and this is data. Remember where the business analyst stopped. We started from somewhere. Lopen was having an issue. They were having an issue with what? With poor sales. They brought in a data analyst. The data analyst helped them identify why they had poor sales. They brought in a business analyst. The business analyst helped them improve their processes, saying that, why don't we have an order management system? And now the Agile project manager is going to man that team that would be working on that project of building the order management system. Without the Agile project manager, you are going to have the waterfall framework, the traditional project management, which is what many persons are familiar with and which is no longer what we are using. I'm sure everyone, you are familiar with applications having different versions. So you have things like version 1.2, version 1.5, version 1.6. All of that is due to the Agile framework. Whereby today you wake up, you notice that the status bar on your WhatsApp is now at the left. Yesterday it was at the right, today it's at the bottom. All of that is due to Agile. With the waterfall, what would have happened? Everything will need to be done step by step for a new product to be pushed out. So we have that the first thing is to gather requirements. So the business analyst is going to go ahead to gather the requirements, because an agile project manager, you're going to have a full team. So you're going to have a full team. In your team, you're going to have different professionals that are working together to achieve the goal. So you have the requirement gathering. So the business analyst goes ahead to gather the requirements first of all, and then after requirements have been gathered, you then have the UI UX designer that is going to go ahead to design what the project will look like, what the application or the website will look like. And then when the designer is done, you then have the implementation, whereby the developer is now trying to work on what the designer worked on. When the developer is done, then you now have testing. So that means all of the requirements would have to have been completed before the design is carried out. And when I'm talking about design, I mean that the designer will need to design every single part of that order management system before the developer would now come in to build the entire order management system. Before the tester would now come in to test the entire system. Before that application, or in this case, the order management system is now pushed to the market for customers to go ahead to use to go ahead to use to order for their items. And then, of course, you now have maintenance, whereby after the entire maintenance phase, whereby you're having subsequent updates and fixes and all of that. All of this will take 7 months for this project to be live. But the agile project manager will come in and would take the adaptive approach, whereby you have different things that are being done at the same time. So I will start with what? The sprint planning. What is the sprint planning? Yeah, the project is broken down into small manageable tasks. Okay, so for this project, for this order management system we are about to build, we know that there are different things we need to do. We have 5 different sections. Section 1 is to build the home page, and then we are going to build the dashboard, and then we build where customers can make order, and then we build the payments platform. So instead of just gathering requirements for these 4 things at the same time, why don't we start with bits and pieces? Why don't we work on the home page first of all? And then after working on the home page, we work on the implementation, and we work on the dashboard. Then before we work on the payment, step by step. So a sprint planning will be for this sprint, let's focus on this aspect. For this sprint, let's focus on the home page for this 1 week. Why don't we focus on the home page for this 1 week? So the requirements have been gathered. The designer will go ahead to design only for the home page, and then what? The developer will go ahead to begin working on that home page. And then while we have that, we also have what? Continuous development and testing. So while the developer is working on the home page that has been designed by the UI UX designer, the UI UX designer moves to something else. Now they are designing, let's say, the dashboard. So while they are designing the dashboard, the developer is working on what? On the home page. So the developer is not waiting for the designer to be done before they go ahead to start working. And while the developer is done with the home page, you have the tester that will come into what? Now test what the developer has worked on, which is the home page, while the developer is working on the other dashboard. Are we together? Are we together, everyone? So if you know you're still with me, I want you to send "I am ready" to the chat box. That's our team, anyways. I am ready. Okay. So great to know that you're still with me. Answer. I said Dorothy, fantastic. Dorothy says I am ready. Peter says ready. Okay. Joseph says sure. More responses, more responses, more responses. Jamil says, I am ready. And Adenike says, I am ready. Samsung says, super ready. Super, super ready. Daniel says, I am ready. Bodupe, I am ready. OJ, I'm ready. Fidele, I'm ready. Great. Fantastic. Good to know we are still on the same page. So that is the entire picture. And so when the developer is building the dashboard, the tester is testing the tester is testing the home page. And then if there's an issue with the home page, the tester tells the developer, and the developer fixes it up immediately. So while the home page is now full, we are now done with the home page. We are done. We are good to go. The home page is ready. Everything is good to go. The home page is now pushed to the what? It's now pushed to the customers. So the customers will be using the home page already. While what? While they are getting feedback from the customers, like, you know what, I think this can be improved upon, this can be improved upon. While they are also working what? On the dashboard of the application or of the website. While they are also working on what? On the payments, on the payment setup of the website. So everything will be released one at a time. Unlike Waterfall, where you just have a single release. For the Agile project management, you have releases coming up one at a time. It's just like WhatsApp. When WhatsApp, when WhatsApp began, there was nothing like status. There wasn't any status on WhatsApp. It was all about sending messages, send and receive messages. But now we have status. Now we have Meta AI. All of these things are things that I'm right now as I speak to you. I wouldn't be surprised if WhatsApp is working on that feature. But the application is already out there for you and I to use. And so frequent updates will be coming one at a time, one at a time. All of these things are what? It's agile. That is the agile framework. Piece by piece, bit by bit. Or as you know, as they say in local parlance, that's in pidgin, in Nigeria. Okay, chikele, chikele. Okay, so small, small, beats by beats. That's agile. Customers are involved because you already have right now. If you complain that, oh, there's something on, let's say the messages are not going well on WhatsApp, you go ahead to give WhatsApp a feedback. You send a message to their help and support. They can easily just tell the developer, you know what, there's an issue with what there's. Okay. All right. Line. Like that, I don't know how it's spelled. Okay, I don't know how to spell it. Okay, I think it's chikele. I don't think it's chikele. I think it's chikele. Like it's small, small, like bit by bit, bit by bit. Okay, so maybe if anyone knows how to spell that, maybe you can help Lina with that. Okay, so okay, so maybe someone can help Lina with the spelling. Okay. Okay. That's a good one. So I think it's okay, so Joseph just provided the spelling. I think you can work with that line now. I think that would work. So it means small, bit by bit. When you're doing things one at a time, you're taking things bit by bit. That's actually the meaning. Okay, so that's a good one. Okay, that's a good one. So it's just don't forget the meaning is what? When you're doing things bit by bit. So that is what agile is all about: being adaptable, being able to do things, as quickly as possible. So due to this new format, you now have a situation whereby the order management system is actually pushed to the public in what? A month. And so we are already in just a month, we're already having a decrease in what? A decrease in late deliveries. And that's how the agile project manager, the business analyst, and also the data analyst all come into play to help to what? To solve this issue of late deliveries, to help Lopen to increase their sales. So which is right for you? Where do you find yourself? The person who speaks with data? The person who is a magician? Or the person who is Mr. Fantastic in terms of making things adaptable? Where do you fall in? Maybe this would help you make a decision. Okay? Maybe this would help you make a decision. Taking a look at taking a look at the different parts. All right? Taking a look at the different parts. What really is right for you? Okay, what really is right for you? Any of this path are key on different things. And I don't want to spend time on this, but I could go on and on and on and on and talk about the different reasons why you should transition into tech, why you should decide to either be a business analyst, a data analyst, or a agile project manager. Coming from the great work-life balance, being able to work remotely. Tech is a path. Tech is what that career path where you are, it's more likely that you are going to get remote working opportunities than other career paths, where you can be on vacation and you can decide to work if you want to. Okay, so you're currently on vacation and you want to, you want to work if you want to, or maybe you decided, let's say you are currently let's say you're in the UK at the moment and you want to go back, maybe you are going on vacation or you had to visit family or you just had to travel to another country. That doesn't stop you from working. As someone said, I don't know if you guys joined the session at the start when you got to listen to the different testimonials. Someone said that his goal was to be able to walk on the rooftop in Greece and walk. I don't know if we got that. Probably not. Okay, so someone said that. All right, he was part of the data analytics program. That's his goal. What's his goal? His goal is to be able to work anywhere in the world. And that's something you can get in tech. Growing job opportunities. There are so many opportunities available. If you decide right now that you want to apply for 100 new jobs per day for as a data analyst, as a business analyst, as an agile project manager, it is very possible due to the numerous opportunities available for you. For you to also get into any of this path, you don't need to have a tech-related degree. You don't need to have studied project management or to have an MSc in project management. It's very rare for you to go ahead to take a look at any job description and you'd see that, oh, you must have a degree in project management. It's rare. That is not what is needed. There's this thing that we stand for. There's this thing that we are known for at analytics, and that is skills over certification. Recruiters are not interested in what were you able to do, or sorry, not what were you able to do. Recruiters are not interested in what are your certificates, how many certificates do you have. All they're interested in is, can you do this? If you come into the organization, would you be a superstar for me? And of course, the Benjamins. We all want to be able to get our wants. Some persons, I don't know, they tend to shy away from money. I don't think money is bad, okay? I think that if your goal for transitioning into tech is to make more money, it's a very, very valid reason. Something I believe is that your focus should not only be about getting your needs. Getting your needs is very important. Yes, you want to be able to cater, you want to be able to get get clothing, get feed, that's food, and what's the last one? Shelter. But I think that your wants are equally as important as your needs. You want to be able to buy a pair of shoes that cost $1,000 without really batting an eye, if you want to anyways. Okay, so you want to ensure that you're earning well, and of course working at the heart of innovation and change. Tech is ever evolving. Tech is not going anywhere anytime soon. Any major thing that happens right now, it's usually because of something relating to tech. For you to be a part of any of those things, for you to be a part of any of this path, there are some things that you need to do. For you to be a part of any of this career path, there are things that you need to do. You might also be wondering, Aisha, sir, I can see over here that I have tech. Does any tech skill actually offer all of those different things? Which of them should I really go for? Something that we take a look at analytics is that When you are looking to move into tech, there are some things that you should look out for. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and high rewarding salaries. As an adult, and I usually say adult because I believe we have more adults on the call, but if you maybe if you're not an adult, this applies to you as well. Okay. Anyways, when we are trying to learn something, when we are looking to make it switch, we are looking to make it transition, there are some things that we need that we are looking out for. We want something that we can go ahead to learn as quickly as possible and that we are able to get a job as quickly as possible. Because you can go ahead to say, oh, you know what? I'm interested in software engineering. I want to be a software engineer. Great. That's a fantastic career path. But is it easy to learn? What is ease of learning? Is ease of learning saying that any of this career paths is going to be like ABCs and 1, 2, 3s? It's easy to learn saying that, oh, any of this paths is going to be like you saying A for apple and B for ball? No. Ease of learning is saying, how long will it take you to be able to learn the skills and get what you need to get a job? Ease of learning is saying that, can you learn the skill in 3 months, in 4 months, in 5 months tops, and that you get what you need for you to be able to get a job? That is what we are looking out for. As a software engineer, you would have to learn for, let's say, close to a year or over a year for you to actually get the skills. But there's no time. We want to go ahead to get what we need as quickly as possible, to earn as much as quickly as possible, because at the end of the day, we probably have dependents. We have people that are depending on us. At the end of the day, we are not getting any younger. We are not getting any younger. So we need to, make as much money as possible, as quickly as possible. At the end of the day, there are things that we have set apart, that we've set for ourselves. There are goals we set up for ourselves that we need to achieve as quickly as possible. At the end of the day, we are not 10 that now we just got into high school and that we have all the time in the world. At the end of the day, we need to get things done as quickly as possible. Ease of learning. If you want to be a business analyst, you want to be an agile project manager, or you want to be a data analyst, you are sure of learning easy. Within 3 months, 4 months, 5 months tops, you will get what is needed for you to be able to make that switch. But also, ease of transitioning. What is ease of transitioning talking about? There are so many tech skills out there. Let's say you want to be, what tech career path should I? Let's say you want to be, I don't know, maybe a blockchain developer or something. Let's say you want to be, there's a path in tech that you're looking to get into. But there's not the opportunities available as not you don't have enough opportunities available in that path. So how would you be able to make that switch into tech? As much as we are looking at ease of learning, skills that are easy for you to learn, we are also taking a look at ease of transitioning. Places that are the paths that would be easy for you to make a switch into. Talking about what? Talking about the fact that there are so many opportunities available for you that you are sure of what gets the job as long as you do what is right. Areas that we have more opportunities available than talent. Areas that you getting the job is not difficult. And this TV career path actually offers this. But I'm going to go into more details as to why. Because I understand that some of us on the call, we might be a bit skeptical. Yeah, I don't expect that you're going to come over here and tell me that there are no jobs available for data analysis. Of course, you're going to say that there are jobs available for data analytics. You're not going to say something different, will you? Yeah, you might be right. That is the reason why I'm going to also show you the facts. The reason why it's not just ISIS speaking, but it's actually the reality. For you to understand that there are so many opportunities available for you in any of this career path. And of course, there's really no need to explain this. How rewarding salaries. For you to be a business analyst, what do you need? We get into that. But something to help you make that decision. Remember at the start of the session, we talked about what? Which of this career path are you interested in law enforcement? Some of us chose police chief. We said we want to be a police chief. Some of us, we chose that, oh, you know what? I want to be a police dispatch operator. For some of us, we said, I want to be a forensic investigator. A police chief is actually a business analyst because the police chief is taking a look at ways to improve the processes of the police department. The agile project manager is actually a police dispatch operator because the agile project manager is what is adaptable, is flexible, able to ensure that excuse me, excuse me. All right. Sorry about that, everyone. So the agent project manager is meant to ensure that everyone is working where they should. That the fact that we have so many activities happening at the same time, that there's still order, even in chaos. And of course, we have the data analyst, who is the forensic investigator. The person that will go to the crime scene and tell you that, oh, based on this, this is what happened, and this is how it happened, which the data analyst would also do, taking a look at the descriptive analytics and the diagnostic analytics. What is happening and why did it happen? So maybe this would help you making that choice. Because for some of us, we wanted to be police chiefs, or maybe the business analysis is for you. You wanted to be a police dispatch operator, or maybe HR PM is for you. You wanted to be a forensic investigator. Maybe you should take a look at data analytics. But what do you need to be a business analyst? What do you need to know? What do you need to learn? I would talk about that. I think I mentioned that like 3 times now or 4 times. Okay. I guess I could say I'm building suspense. Okay. But remember, I talked about his transitioning, and I said that I'm going to tell you why it's actually a fact, and not just me coming in here to say, you know what, their jobs, their jobs, their jobs. And that is actually not the case. They are jobs. We did our research as an organization. We took a look at the different job boards available and we scraped the data. We took a look at those jobs that are so high. We took a look at those jobs that are so high in demand in terms of the opportunities available. All right, like if you go on reads.co.uk right now and you search for business analyst roles, you would find no less than 100 roles that were just uploaded today alone. And so we took a look at this, and we were able to come up with the 8 different programs that we offer here at Analytics. But we needed some sort of external validation. We needed someone that is not Analytics, that has actually carried out a similar research to what we've done, to see if what we've done, to see if what the result we got is actually similar to what they got. And we got to approach the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum releases a report every 2 years that talks about the future of jobs. What does this report show? This report shows jobs that are going to increase with time in terms of opportunities, and those that will decrease in time in terms of opportunities. By the left, we have jobs that would increase. They are so high in demand at the moment, and that in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that you are still going to be very, very much relevant. and that the roles are going to be very, very much high in demand as well. And those by the right, we have the opposite. Those roles that are going to decline with time. And something that many persons should take a look at is the product managers. Because from time to time, I hear people tell me, you know what, I want to be a product manager. You know what, I should say, I think I want to be a product manager. What do you think? People asking for advice. Oh, please, I want to be a product manager. I heard it's the new thing in town right now. What do you think? And I usually tell them, instead of being a product manager, be a project manager instead. Because we can see from the World Economic Forum that product management, all right, that's product managers, that we are going to have a decline in the number of opportunities available. This is not me saying this. It is the World Economic Forum. And this is an open report. Anyone can get access to this. You can go online, search it out, and this will come up. Or you can also click on this as soon as you get the materials to download the full report and have a good read. It's about 296 pages. Okay, it's a lot. If you don't have the time, you can just go to page 30 and you see all of this. Now, by the left, what we're actually interested in, let's take a look at the roles. We'll see that we have AI and machine learning specialists. We have this actually a role that falls under data science, that's building your machine learning models. And then you see we have the business intelligence analyst and also the data analyst and scientist. These are actually roles that you as a data analyst can function in. As a data analyst, you can function in any of these roles. You can function as a business intelligence analyst, and also you see the data analyst role in here. As a business analyst, over here, you see you have the process automation specialist. This is actually a business analysis role. And of course, we also have the Agile stroke Scrum project manager, which is talking about the project manager roles. Now, this is actually not your mundane, this is not your traditional project management. This is actually talking about your Agile project management. So you see that there are a lot of opportunities available if you are looking to get into any of this career path. A lot of opportunities available that you are sure of getting a job. But what do you need to get into any of this path? What do you need to know? I will get there. I would like to talk about the boxing syndrome. And this is something I came up with. I come up with a lot of things. And this is going to be official very soon. Probably going to send the message to whoever is in charge that they should make it official so it begins, so it's now studied in schools. I call this the boxing syndrome. And what is the boxing syndrome? The boxing syndrome is a situation that many persons find themselves, whereby, let's say you're a data analyst, and you're going ahead to apply for data analyst roles, but you are boxing yourself up by narrowing your prospects, applying for only job roles titled what? Data analyst. As a data analyst, there are other roles you can function in. You can work as a business intelligence analyst. You can work as a marketing analyst, a sales analyst, a logistics analyst, and so on and so forth. Because what we have is that many organizations use synonyms to refer to what? To refer to their job roles. It's rare. You usually don't find data analysts that are called data analysts in the organizations. An organization that needs a data analyst to come in to help them analyze their marketing data, analyze their ads, analyze their promotions, and tell them how they can better optimize their ads. That organization will most likely call that role a digital product analyst. And that is actually a role you can function in as a data analyst. Same thing for the sales analyst. Same thing for your product analyst. As a business analyst, you can work as a business analyst, a business data analyst, a process analyst, a business systems analyst, and so on and so forth, and also for your Agile project manager. Finally, what do you need to be a business analyst? As a business analyst, you want to begin with your Excel, Power BI, and SQL. And why? Because recruiters nowadays they want what I like to call business analyst that have what a flavor of data analytics. It's just like, I know if I love using ice cream examples, okay? It's just like, let's say you want to buy ice cream and you tell the vendor or whoever is in charge that, you know what, I would want a scoop of vanilla and a scoop of what, chocolate. So I want a scoop of vanilla and a scoop of chocolate. So you have 2 scoops in a cone, 2 scoops of different flavors. I feel that at the end of the session, some of us were going to go buy ice cream. That's what I actually feel like. Okay, that at the end of the session, some of us we're actually gonna go buy ice cream. We're like, wow, it's been a while since I actually took ice cream. Okay, but yeah. So just like you would want 2 different scoops, you want a scoop of vanilla and you want a scoop of chocolate. That's what some recruiters want now. They want business analyst. Oh, yes, I want to employ a business analyst, but I want a business analyst that has a flavor of data analytics. That's what we saw. And that's the reason why we ensure that you are going to be learning Excel, Power BI, and SQL. That role, whereby you're a business analyst with a flavor of data analytics, what is actually called is the business data analyst. The business data analyst. So you get to learn your Excel, your Power BI, and your SQL to ensure that you have more opportunities to apply for what business data analyst roles. And then, of course, you have your process mapping. Remember, future state and current state, the optimization. You get to learn how to do all of that using your process mapping. For your process mapping, tools you'll be using will be your Lucid Chart and your Drill.io. And of course, you have your project initiation planning, your Agile and Scrum for projects, for you to understand the Agile framework, because you are going to be working in Agile teams, your SDLC, requirement fundamentals, your dissertation, ChatGPT for business analysis, to ensure that you know how to leverage AI to increase your efficiency and your productivity as a business analyst. That's what you need to learn. But what about a data analyst? What do you need? As a data analyst, the first thing you need to know is problem solving. You need to be able to solve problems if you do call yourself a data analyst. Okay. Okay, so Pio says apparently it seems like I liked ice cream when I was younger. Okay. Okay, so we never can tell really. Maybe, maybe not, maybe not. Okay. Or maybe anyways, I'm going to leave that as a mystery. Okay, we're going to leave that as a mystery. Let's see. Maybe Piro is right, maybe Piro is not right. Okay. Well, yeah, as a data analyst, what do you need? The first thing you need to learn is what? Problem solving. You need to be able to solve problems. Very important. Because if you can't solve problems, then you are not a data analyst. No, you are a dashboard builder. If you can't solve problems and you say you're a data analyst, no, you are not a data analyst. You are a dashboard builder. As a data analyst, you need to be able to what? Solve problems. Some of us are yet to fill the attendance form. Go ahead, click on that link, fill in the form. Something amazing awaits you. All right. If you know you're yet to fill in the form, click on that link right now, fill in the form. Something amazing awaits you. So, fill it in. Yeah, just do that quickly. Okay. Just click on that link and you'll be fine. All right. If you know you're yet to fill in the form, click on that link. So you need to be able to solve problems as a data analyst. Very important. Taking a look at the different problem solving, approach. Talking about your Quips DM framework, the 5 whys, the 80-20 principle, all of that. And then, of course, you have Excel, which is your bread and butter. You get to learn how to use Excel, how to use Excel to analyze data, how to use Excel to get insights from data. And then you get to learn how to work with your SQL. What's SQL? SQL is the language of databases. For you to be able to get data from a database, to work with the data, because many organizations store their data in databases nowadays, especially for organizations that have what? Websites. Because when you interact with your websites, everything you are doing, the product you purchased, you clicked on something, the information you inserted, they are all being stored in a database. So as a database, Peter, so I can see, so Peter said the link isn't working. So please, someone should help, should assist Peter. So Peter is able to fill the attendance form. Okay, so as for you to be able to interact with the company's database, you need to understand the language of SQL. Okay, so you are able to get the data from the database, to query the data in the database, and to go ahead to what? Speak with the data, to get the insights, and to go ahead to deliver a fantastic presentation. And then you have your Power BI and your Tableau. These are both business intelligence tools. They are tools for what? Business intelligence. These are tools that would help you function as what? As a business intelligence analyst. You have your data storytelling, your ChatGPT for analytics, and of course your Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. And for agile project management, what do you need to learn? You need to learn about project management methodologies. You need to learn about the foundations of Agile and Scrum, how to work with Confluence, Jira, and your Trello. You need to understand Kanban, which is another framework, an agile framework. You need to understand Lean, so that if you are working in an organization and the organization says, you know what, Scrum is not working for us, you are not bothered because you understand other frameworks. That's the difference between being an agile project manager and a Scrum master. An agile project manager can function as a Scrum master, but a Scrum master can really not function, cannot necessarily function as an agile project manager. Because as an agile project manager, you have ideas of the other frameworks, the other agile frameworks. So you get to learn about the Kanban boards, the agile matrix for and reporting, your Nexus skilled Scrum, and leadership and reward application, and all of that, to ensure that you are now a great agile project manager. There are so many persons that have been able to make that switch, because you might be wondering, I want to do this, but is it really possible? Yes. People have been where you are at the moment. Where you are at the moment, you're thinking, can I do this? Abigail was once here. Joel was once here. And these people have been able to make that switch. We've been able to help over 2,500 professionals transition into what? Into tech. This is not me saying this. Go ahead to listen to them. Once you get access to the slides, click on those links. Listen to these guys, how they were able to make that switch. The people that we've been able to help transition from whatever it is they were doing to getting their first job in tech. We can help you do so. So many individuals. We can have a session dedicated to just what? Testimonials. And we've actually had sessions dedicated to just testimonials. We were able to help Paula get a job with a business analyst job with the government of Canada. We were able to help Benem get a job as a data analyst after completing an HR analytics program. We were able to help Abdul get a job as a data analyst in the UK. Okay, we were able to help Busola get a job as a data analyst as a performance analyst in Desjardins, Canada. Once you can read up on all of these things and you can listen to this guy speak. So many persons we've been able to help. And we've had sessions whereby we brought in those people that have been able to get jobs to speak on how they were able to secure a job after training with analytics. And you can go ahead to listen to this to any of the sessions. Find out how we were able to help these guys make that switch and how we can help you do the same. The sky is your limit. Or rather, apparently, it's now the sky is the starting point. Okay, so, but you might be wondering, I understand everything you've been saying, Isusa, but I have a friend that learned Excel, Power BI, and SQL 5 years ago. I have a friend that learned about the Agile framework 5 years ago. They still have no tech job. Why would I be different? It's easy. It's because we know what works. For you to get a job, it's not just about knowing how to do the job. For you to get a job, it's not just about having the skills. For you to get a job, you need to ensure that you complete the job equation. And what is the job equation? C plus E will get you the job. For you to get a job, you need to have the technical skills. That's a given. You can't say you're an agile project manager if you don't even understand what agile is. So you need to have the skills. But you also need the other 50%, which is talking about your employability skills. For you to get that job, you need to complete the job equation. 50 plus 50 is what will get you the JO. And that is why Yet Analytics, we are interested in you getting the other 50%. What we define as success is you getting a job. It's not you learning the skills. That is a given. You are going to learn the skills. It's sure. But what we define as success is you getting that job. And we are very, very much successful. And I'm sure you understand what that means. For you to be able to make a switch, you would go through the two different levels, level 1 and level 2. What's level 1? Level 1 is talking about the different sessions that would put you in a good place to ensure that you have what the other 50%, talking about the employability skills. Starting with the CV review sessions. The CV review session is meant to ensure that you have a winning CV. Some persons, they go ahead to apply for jobs and they feel like, oh, you know what? So I just applied for this job. So I just applied for the job, let's say in the next 5 to 6 days. Okay. You know what? I believe the recruiter would have a family. So based on the recruiter having a family, I'm going to give the recruiter 5 extra days. So within the next 10, 15 days, I'm going to be called back for an interview. That is what they think. When the reality is the recruiter does not even know that they exist. The recruiter does not even know that there's someone like you. Why? Because as soon as you clicked on send on the job board, the ATS at the back end clicks on delete. You hit send, the ATS hits delete. Okay. So as soon as you sent your CV, you were rejected automatically. And the person doesn't know, you're waiting for a callback and you don't even get a callback. Many persons don't even get a rejection email. A rejection email sometimes just tells you that, oh, you know what, at least the recruiter probably took a look at my CV and just felt I'm not the one for the role. The CV review session would ensure that you have a CV that can pass through the 2 roadblocks. Roadblock 1, being able to pass through the ATS. Roadblock 2, ensuring that when the recruiter eventually sees your CV, they know that you are the one for the job and that they go ahead to schedule an interview. The CV review session would show you how you can convert whatever experience you have right now into valuable job experience for the new career path that you're looking to get into. The CV review session will then ensure that you have a winning CV. But it doesn't just end there. You also have the LinkedIn optimization session. LinkedIn, as I like to say, is the Facebook of professionals. You have many recruiters on LinkedIn that are going ahead to recruit people for jobs that they did not even know existed. The LinkedIn optimization session would show you how you can have a fantastic LinkedIn profile that would attract recruiters to you. How you can ensure that you have what we call emails, whereby you are being notified about job updates that you are a perfect fit for. How to ensure that your profile is tailored towards what you are looking to achieve, the new job that you're looking to get. But some of us are interested in freelancing. We want to freelance. We want to decide our work hours. We want to work 5 to 2 and then go to bed for the rest of the year. We want to freelance. The Upwork optimization session would show you how you can succeed as a freelancer. The Upwork optimization session would show you how you can navigate through the Upwork platform, how you can work with the connects. The connects is a bit tricky. So if you're familiar with Upwork, you know that Upwork uses a currency system, whereby for you to go ahead to actually get a job, for you to apply for a gig on Upwork, you need to pay. So you pay to apply for a job. It doesn't mean you get a job. For you to apply, you need to pay. So the Upwork session will show you how you can navigate through all of those things to ensure that you are spending Connect wisely and that you can become a successful freelancer. And then the navigating the job market will take you through how you can succeed in your climb. Some of us, we just migrated, we just moved to a country, and we are not really familiar with what the job market is like. The job market session would have host professionals that will take you through all of these things. The job market session with those professionals that will take you through how you can, with host professionals that will take you through how you can actually succeed in your own market. If you should, with a job board, you should use how you should apply for jobs. Should you apply in the morning? Should you apply in the evening? And all of that. The people that will take you through how they were able to succeed when you're looking to succeed, so you have a faster route to success. All of these things is meant to ensure that you get an interview. But we don't just end there, because we are not just interested in you getting an interview. After getting an interview, you can go ahead to schedule a one-on-one interview prep session that will take you through things that you should expect during your interview. How to answer questions about yourself, how to answer questions about your experience, how to position yourself rightly for success, how to ensure that the recruiter at the end of the day goes ahead to employ you, to ensure that your feet is not just in the door, but your entire being gets into that company. And once the recruiter is impressed, they want to know, are you really who you say you are? During the interview, you claimed that you built 5 planes in 2 hours and you were the only one on the team. During your last interview, you claimed that you were the only one that you transformed the organization. When you joined the organization were making $5 per year. When you joined the organization was making $1 billion per year, and that you were the one that converted the organization to move them from $5 to $1 billion. It was all you, the one in your team. And the recruiter is like, oh wow, you did all of this. They're happy. They're like, oh, you know what? I want you to come work with me, so you help convert my organization, and that I also make $1 billion. But they need proof. They need someone that would say, you know what? I've actually worked with this person. This person is a fantastic professional, and that I believe that this person would be a great addition to your business. They need a reference letter. As long as you're a participant or an alumnus with 10 analytics, you are sure of getting a great reference letter from us. And then moving on to level 2, you have the weekly mentorship sessions, whereby every week you will be mentored on new things to do in the industry to ensure you succeed. New ways to succeed in the industry, new trends, things that you might have been doing that might not have been working for you. Have someone to take a look at what you are doing to tell you that, you know what, this is what you should do. This is how you should position yourself in the industry to ensure that you do get whatever it is that you do want to get. And of course, on the job support. You've gotten a job, you've been given a task, but you need help. You need someone that will tell you that, oh, you know what? So this is how you should go about this. Click on this, and you are done. So you can always reach out to us, and then we would help you out with all of this. So when you go back to work, you do well, and you are fantastic. And another way that you'll be learning is that you will be learning using the Analytics LMS. And this is what the LMS looks like. We have a dual learning approach here at Analytics, which is it doesn't matter if you're a slow learner, if you're a fast learner, we have something for you. So let's say you are in the data analytics program, for instance. All right, so as soon as you register, you are going to be onboarded on the session. Okay, so you have different things. You have a leaderboard, you have your badges, okay, whereby you can take a look at the different badges that you can earn and all of that. I think my bandwidth might be a bit low. Okay, so just waiting for this to open up. Okay, I think, all right, great. So over here, taking a look at this, so you see that you have different videos. These are what we love to call the watch me do it video.
Hello, everyone. Good day, or good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is on your end. So Isosa will be joining in very soon. I think he complained about his bandwidth just before he dropped off, so he'll be in any moment from now. Just trust the thumbs up if we got that in the chat box, or just say type in a chat in chat box a thumbs up, and we would see that. Please don't forget to fill, thank you. Don't forget to fill the attendance form so that you can get the resources. We're going to resend it now so that we all get it. All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Lina. Thank you, Modupe. Thank you, Doris. All right, so let me resend the attendance so that you can get all the documents, all the documents, all the slides used in this session, and that has like the embedded links and everything. So I just resent it in the chat box, and you should have that very, very soon. As soon as this session ends, you should get access to everything. I hope we're enjoying this session and we're learning so much. And we can see, I particularly loved Isosa's talking about the police detective from the very beginning. All right. So, okay. So please don't forget to fill the attendance form. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay.
Okay. All right. Apologies about that glitch, everyone, and thank you very much, Oinda Mother, for jumping in. Okay, I'm glad to see that the numbers are still up. That's great. That's actually been that's we've been having fun so far. Okay, so I'm just going to move on. And I remember what we were talking about. So I was showing you the platform, what the platform looks like. Okay, talking about the LMS. Okay, and so the LMS is where you get to learn. So as soon as you register, you are going to be onboarded on the LMS, where you get to see your different videos. So over here you have week 0, and then you begin with problem solving. Okay, so let's take a look at any of these problem solving videos. So I can click on, let's say, maybe root cause analysis, and then what happens is that it's going to load up. Okay, and then I can play, and then I can practice alongside the facilitator. So I practice alongside the facilitator. So over here I get to learn things that I'm going to be learning in class on Saturday. That's during the weekend. Okay, so I get to have an introduction during the weekdays with the LMS. So over here you can see record, you can see Excel, all of the different videos. So I watch all of these things, I practice, and then I come to class to have another fun time with the facilitator, speaking with the facilitator, going ahead to ask questions, going ahead to work on more case studies. So it doesn't matter if problem, you are good to go. It doesn't matter if you love learning in a live class, no problem, you are good to go. All right, so this is something that awaits you. Okay, there's something that awaits you. But what do you need to do to be a part of this? What do you need to do to actually be able to get into this? Okay, you need to join the next cohort. All right, you need to join the next cohort. And when will the next cohort begin? The next cohort begins on the 2nd of November, just a couple of weeks from now. Okay, and how can you get into this? You need to register. And luckily for everyone on the call, we are currently running a scholarship. Okay, we are currently running a scholarship because we understand that it's the end of the year. Remember at the start of the year where you had plans. In January, you had New Year,
resolutions, I believe they are called. You wanted to make a switch. You wanted, whatever it is you are doing at the moment, you said to yourself, you know what? By the end of the year, I want to move from whatever I'm doing at the moment into something better. Have you really been able to make that switch? It's not over. Time is not yet up. You know, there's this thing, they say that for you, that the best time to start something is like yesterday. The next best time is now. You still have a couple of months left in the year. You can still get that dream job. And we are here to help you make that switch. Hence the reason why we are offering a 20% discount, and a special offer that's a 20% early bird discount for the first 20% to register. Okay, so instead of paying $750, you get to pay $600 instead. Now, thank you very much. So Lina, so excuse me. So I can see you're asking link to apply for the scholarship. So Lina, my colleague is currently sending the main stack link to the chat box. For you to make payments and be a part of this, is for you to pay $600 instead of paying the full amount of $750. You need to ensure that you are part of the first 20 persons to register. So for you to get that done, just go ahead to click on that link, on the main stack link, and it's going to bring you over to the 10 Analytics Enrollment Center. So I'm going to show us what that is like. Okay, so as soon as this opens up, we get to see what it looks like. So you can go ahead to make payments by using, you can make payments in two ways. You can make payments either through the website, all right? You can make payments either through the website, or you can make payments via you can make payment via the main stack link. Now, if you want to make payment via the website, all you need to do is to click on Learn. You come over to instructor-led courses, okay? You come over to instructor-led courses, you can scroll down, you select the course of your choice. So let's say you want to make payments for the AJA Project Management Program. You can go ahead to click on View Course Details, all right? So you click on View Course Details, and then you can go ahead to make payments. So this is currently in error. All right, this is in error due to the fact that I'm currently in Nigeria. All right, so I'm in Nigeria at the moment, and that's the reason why this is in error. For you, this is going to take note of the currency, all right, and the local equivalents will be debited. All right, so if you come over here, Lina, you also see that the discount is currently on, and all you need to do to make payment, you can scroll down to where you have to any of the program that you're looking to register for. So let's say you want to register for data analytics, you can go ahead to click on register for DA, and then you go ahead to make payments. Let's say you are, maybe you are in the UK, you are in Australia, you are, so you are not in the US and you are not paying in dollars, okay? No need to fret. All you need to do is to go ahead to make payments. The system is going to deduct the local equivalent, the local currency equivalent from your account. So if your is going to be carried out at the back end, and that is what will be debited from your account. Okay, so we also offer, you can also pay in 2 installments. So let's say you want to pay in 2 installments. Okay, you can go ahead to okay, so you can go ahead to make payments in 2 installments. So just a moment. Okay, so just these two for this to open up. Okay, apologies everyone. Okay, great. So let's say you want to make let's say you want to pay installmentally. So you want to be a part of the discount. Okay, you want to be a part of the discount, but you currently don't have the full amount to make payments. You can go ahead to split this up in, let's say, 2 installments if that's what you want, or in 2 installments. So you get to select what you want if you are making payments in 2 installments or if you are making payments in 2 installments. And then once you select what you want and you go ahead to proceed to pay, you insert your details, and of course, the local currency equivalent will be deducted from your account, just like I mentioned. And this is automatic, so you don't need to worry. At the end of every month, you'll be automatically debited. And so you don't need to, oh, so I need to make payments. Everything will be handled by the system. Okay, so you want to ensure you make payments as quickly as possible, so you are part of the discounts. It's October, people. We are almost at November. You have goals you want to achieve. You have goals you want to achieve. Join us and help us help you achieve those goals. And be one of the numerous persons we've helped. Over 2,500 individuals that we've helped make the transition into tech. And I know that you also want to be part of them. So I have a question. So if you have a question for me, you can go ahead to use the raise hand icon. Okay, so you can just use the raise hand icon and I'll call on you to ask your question. Okay, so Jennifer says, in case you make the first installment and you miss your second installment payments, do you miss discount or does it attract a penalty? So if you make the first installment, you are automatically part of the discount. So the second installment and third installment you are going to be paying will be the discounted amount. Okay, but if you do miss a discount, just reach out to us and would try to sort things out with you. Okay, so you can always just reach out to us and we'll find out how we can assist you. Okay, but like I said, the process is automatic, so you will be automatically debited at the end of every month. So you don't need to worry about meeting deadlines and all of that. Okay, but you can always reach out to us for special situations and we'll see how we can help you out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the session today. I remember at the start I mentioned that the activities we are going to get. Number one, we get to see which is right for you. Number two, we get to have fun, and of course, that our day would definitely be a whole lot better, the fact that we joined the session today. I hope that was the case for each and every one of us. If you know that was the case for you, go ahead to send I am ready to the chat box. Remember, okay, I am ready. So go ahead to send I am ready to the chat box so I know that was the case for you. Okay, Aki Madelo is asking, as a data analyst, are you giving us a handout for it? What do you mean by handout? Okay, what do you mean by handout? So I'm glad that you enjoyed the session, iPhone. I'm glad you enjoyed the session, Linda. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Aziz. Now you get the recording. Ensure you fill the attendance form, okay? So you get access to the recording, okay? Ivan says, I'm very good to know Python. Peter, Python is used for data science and data engineering. That's not what we took a look at today. OJ, I am ready. I'm glad that we all enjoyed ourselves. Thank you, everyone, for joining the session. I'm glad that we had a great time. As I always say, and as I would repeat right now, and this is something that we tell our kids, okay? Quick, says the clock. What you have to do quick. Cheers, everyone.